Okay. So these death boxes are from a squad that we just walked up into and third partied. And they were fighting with squads that are down here on the low ground, right? That were trying to make their rotation. There are still actually 2 squads fighting down there right now. We've got a really strong high ground position. So we're trying to third party these guys, right? So far, so good. Kind of hard to be effective with this particular loadout from this distance, but you know, like, again, like just taking free poke before they get more committed. And then all of a sudden there is a Pathfinder behind us who we didn't hear or see or anything like that, up on the height shooting at us with a Spitfire. And so in this situation, I think if I start a Void Walk here, right, like it'll drop my move speed. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to run towards the dome, right? What I think I should have done is, because the squads that were behind us were distracted with one another, that my play should have been to drop down behind this lip of cover, start my Void Walk in cover, and then play through the dome like that. And I think that would have been the safer option. I managed to make it to the dome this time, but I think a better team would have punished me for that. So I think that's like the first error, right? Is like, it's a little non-intuitive to go towards the people you're just shooting, but I think that was the play. Instead, like, sort of like get lucky and make it in here. The next thing I do is I start a battery. So the good thing is, like, you know, like I'm doing the battery inside of the dome, and I started it like while I was sliding with momentum. So I, like, you know, made sure I like got as much, like, did this as quickly and efficiently as possible. However, I think it would have been better to go for a shield swap. I don't know exactly what's in these boxes, because my teammates have been like inside of them and like mucking about, so they may have taken shield swaps. I think I should have like looked for a shield swap first in at least one of these boxes. It was just a more time efficient option, instead of doing the battery, right? So I think that's the second error. I prepared to hold the dome here, and I think here there are 2 mechanical things I could have done better. So like, one is I could have crouched so that this death box here would have provided me with more cover, or I could have stepped backwards so that the dome would have acted as cover for me. And so I do neither of those things to mitigate any damage. So I like run through the 100 shields that I just refilled like really quickly. So that was like a mechanical thing that I think I could have done better. Pathfinder's almost broken. I'm backing up. I void walk backwards in order to be able to Phoenix kit, since it's like only circle like 1 damage or whatever, so it's like barely anything. And this is fine, I think. I let my teammates know that it's happening, so they just need to prepare to hold the position. Gibraltar goes down. This is a really risky res that I go for here. There is caustic gas and a Gibraltar ult coming down between us and them, and my teammate that's up here in an Overwatch position. But you know, like a particularly determined squad, like, you know, like with like the caustic squad that threw this, right, could, you know, 3-man push this. They really wanted to, and you know, we would probably be. I would be dead, probably. Additionally, like, so I think like the better thing to do actually would be to start a portal, right? Because once this gas clears, like there's not a whole lot of cover for us to work with back here. We don't have Gibraltar bubble. I don't know what the status is on like Bloodhound scan, but it's probably not going to be anytime soon. And that really doesn't change the situation all that much for us. And so like, I think instead of like doing the res here, like I should be starting a portal. I think if like I was not Wraith, then this res probably would be the best thing that you could do, because there aren't a lot of escape options. But yeah, I think I should have started the portal then. Finally do start the portal. I think the specific pathing for the portal is fine. The Gibraltar, like, I think he does something. He like jumps down or something, so he's not able to get into the portal, and he like winds up being like super far. Like he's like way over here now, so he must have jumped down. So he's not able to get into the portal. So I think had I started the portal and then rezzed him like out here in the circle, instead, like that, like I would have been able to get him up safely, and then we would have been able to swing back around and reverse the situation on the team that came in and shot us in the back. So, yeah. So I think that was the major thing, but like, you know, there are a bunch of like smaller, like minor, like mechanical and micro decisions that like cost me HP, and like I was less efficient. And I think against like a better squad, or if like it was just any other gun than the Spitfire, because the Spitfire is a particularly low DPS, then I probably would have been dead. So yeah, because like if that was like a Volt that was shooting at me, I was like almost guaranteed I would have been dead in that situation. So yeah, all in all, like not super clean play from me. I think there's like a lot of room for improvement. And then the decision making with the portal, it just took me too long to make that decision. It should have been the revive out here, but that's how you do analysis. Live and learn. So I'll be switching